now, it's us that we watch. And so we got to really understand our value and know our worth and control it from ideation or creation to distribution. The last piece and the major piece is distribution. And that's what you have here, man. I love this Black Movie Night, man. It's awesome. You know, it's a great concept, man. But then we got Mark Harris just joined us.
Yeah,
how you doing, Mark?
How you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother?
I'm great. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Same here, man. Same here. I've been watching you from afar. I love the work you're doing, man. It's great to see that y'all two know each other. Have y'all two met?
Nah. Have we met, Mark?
I don't think we have. Are you from New York?
No, I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay, I don't think we have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, man.
Well, let me tell everybody, you're really looking at, Black royalty in terms of film creation. These two guys, having these two guys together is extraordinary. It's greater than, I don't know, you name Spike Lee and any other filmmaker in Hollywood. They can't really match what these two guys are doing because they've done 10 times as much with 1/3 as much. Like with fewer resources, they've done better work. And the best thing about these two guys, and the reason that these two guys are here and not, some of the Hollywood types, is because these two guys are actually representing the future. I think other people represent the past. These guys represent the future. They represent people that really care about our community, put our community first. And in fact, everybody who agrees with that, type B1 in the chat. Type B1 in the chat if you believe Black people should come first, if we matter the most. And I peeped that out just from the quality of your work. I met each of you by seeing your work. And then we met after I had just a tremendous amount of respect for the work you guys were doing. And so I guess I'll start since Mark, since we're showing your film tonight, can you give us a peek into the mindset that you approach your work with, as a filmmaker? Because you made a lot of great films. The first one I saw was Black Coffee. Tonight we're going to watch Black and Privileged. And so can you talk a little bit about, what even got you into filmmaking in the first place and what your mindset is as you move forward as a filmmaker?
Well, I always had a love for movies. Going back, during the early 90s, when you talk about Do the Right Thing, you talk about John Singleton, you talk about Kevin Smith, so forth and so on. So I always had a love for movies, but I just never had the idea that I wanted to actually make movies until maybe 2004. But in 1997, I decided that, what I want to do is I want to start writing screenplays. So when I started, I went out, I bought the Final Draft, which is the screenplay program, and then I bought me a computer, and I just started to teach myself how to write screenplays. And then, after I wrote my first 10 screenplays, I went out, tried to get them pitched. I was never able to get them made. And so I just decided one day, you know what, I'm just going ahead and make my own films. And it was in 2004. And we never looked back. We made a film every year since then. We have been making movies.
Wow. So let me ask you guys this, especially for the people that are out there that are watching that are just beginning, to do whatever it is they're doing. Some of them are making movies. Some of the folks out here got other types of businesses. Rick, what was it like, when you compare your first project to your most recent project? How would you compare those two in terms of the evolution and, the quality and capability and stuff like that? What was that like for you?
Man, I mean, the more films you do, the better you become, the better storyteller that you become. So for me, on the first project, I mean, really, boys, I was really just trying to figure it out, man. I mean, I know I had a vision. I knew I had this story inside of me that I wanted to share and to tell, to the world. So I was really just trying to figure it out. And now, after making several projects, it's like now you create a formula, you create a system on how to produce films. And, that's why, here I was, suggesting that, hey, have a filmmaker come on and ask a couple, film questions, with Mark, what's the process, in terms of creating a film for you? Like, what's your ritual? Do you have formulas? I heard you mention Final Draft earlier. And for a lot of people, the element to me that's important is that we are in the age of content creation. So you have a lot of people over here that are creating content, from films to content for YouTube, commercials, things like that. So we're in the content creation age. So it's very important that you learn about terms like Final Draft, which is what Mark said. That was his first application that he bought, to start writing the script for the film. So, I really just wanted to highlight that and have the viewers actually write these things down and do some homework on these things, because if you're a storyteller, then you need to know these things, and that's going to help you have the edge and know the terminology and the language when you're talking to other filmmakers.
Well, let me mention this too. I'd say this: some folks are here to learn. Some folks want to make a movie and things like that. But that probably represents 10% of the audience, right? Most of the people are here because they want to be consumers of Black media, right? That was the thing I was pushing with everybody. Was like, I want you guys to, the same way you go to the movies to see the Avengers, you need to be going to Black Movie Night so you can check out what Mark Harris is doing, what Rick Mathis is doing, right? Or Dorian Chandler or Tierra KJ Williams, right? So my thought is that, in order for this to, this thing to work, I think that model of making a movie and selling it to white folks is out the window. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean, I wouldn't congratulate that, but I think you can make a movie and sell it to Black folks, right? I think Black folks can be the ones who create our movie stars, create our millionaires. That way you don't have somebody out here coning like a Lizzo or something, misrepresenting what it means to be Black. Like to me, I think the movie stars should be products of the community and a reflection of the community. So Mark, maybe you can speak to some of that. Are you guys hearing me okay? Am I echoing at all?
You were, but you're fine now.
I'm fine now. Okay, cool. All right, go, Mark. Please feel free to speak to any of that.
Yeah, just basically what you're saying is the fact that if you look at the Black entertainers, like basically during the 60s, the 70s, when you had Black people who actually controlled the distribution part of it, and you had like Motown, you had different companies like that where the consumers were Black people, right? You had Black people who were making the artists. So I don't know if you remember the movie Temptation, and one of the things in the movie Temptation, it was the Christian Payton character. He played a character by the name of Paul, and what he did not want to do is he did not want to cross over. He said, "Why do we have to always have to cross over?" So that's one of the things that So back during that time, during the 60s and the 70s, you had Black people who were rushing out and going to support Black-owned content, not just Black-owned content. They demanded Black-owned content that reflected Black people in the best light, which is a big difference between today and now. And so now it's kind of different because we don't own distribution. No one owns distribution outside of, you have Bob Johnson who has a urban movie channel, but even with that, he owns a certain percentage of it. So so the thing is that because we don't own the distribution part of it, and just the reality is this. The reality is that as far as Black people, like we don't own, like since we don't own distribution, we're not cutting the checks. You know what I'm saying? So we're not cutting the checks. So if a Black filmmaker release a film, so let's say for instance on YouTube, what's the possibility of 1 million Black people going on YouTube and renting that film for even 99 cents without major marketing, without major marketing. So that's just not happening. So if that happened, whereas, we can go straight to the consumer, whereas, we can release an album, and you don't have to be a Jay-Z, you don't have to be a Kanye West, you don't have to be a Spike Lee or, so forth and so on. You can, independent Black filmmakers can release a movie and directly to the consumer, and the Black people were going on, and even 1 million Black people were going on and watching that movie for even $2.99. We can create more content, more positive content, but that's just not happening.
Yeah, well,
so there's a balance to that. Yeah.
Well, say it again.
There's a balance. There's a reason why many of our Black artists, there's no excuse, but there's a reason why many of our Black artists say, okay, at the end of the day, so just here's an example. So if you look at Paul Robeson, right, you look at Eartha Kitt, you look at Monique. So every time, you have a Black artist, right, who stand up for Black people, and when they're attacked, what do? most times we do not stand up for that black person. So if you have these black entertainers who are trying to, every time they're trying to speak up, and then when they're attacked by mainstream media and we're not standing up for them, so what, they're like, okay, another perfect example, Isaiah Washington. When he was being beat up by the mainstream media, black people didn't stand with him. You know what I'm saying? And so now black people are calling it because he's promoting, pushing Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Now we want to call him a coon. But at the same time, we did not stand by him when he was being beat up by mainstream media. So what are these black artists to do? Are they, so there's always a balance to that. It's just not the black artists just selling out. It's the black community. We also have responsibility because a lot of us sell out the black people who actually do want to stand on our behalf.
Yeah, I agree. Rick, did you have something you want to add to that?
No, I mean, I was just going to reference Nate Parker with the film that he made, and when there was such backlash, and there was because I mean that was a great film, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, that was a great film, boys. If you look at that film, and no shade on Harriet Tubman, but no white folks got killed in Harriet Tubman. I thought that was the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman killed some white folks. So
they made sure they murdered the black man in that movie, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
After they had him murder the black woman.
That's the and that's the difference between a film financed by Asians, which was who financed that film, boys. I don't know if you knew that's who financed Harriet Tubman. That's an Asian-owned company. And a film financed by a person of color. In Nate Parker's film, white folks got killed. In Harriet Tubman, which was financed by another group or race or ethnicity, no white people got killed. So that's just something for you to think about in terms of the importance of controlling our narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And everybody who just came in, I want you all to know who I'm talking to because these gentlemen are extremely important in the future of black media. They're important now, but they're going to be even more important through time. I consider these to be historic moments. I have Rick Mathis, who has made, among other things, the Black Friday series. A lot of great people in that movie. My buddy David Banner was in there. David Banner was in one of them, right? As it was a lot.
Yeah, you see him rocking his hat. Right? Oh yeah, man. I mean, we had a ton of people. This is his hat on rocking. So shout out to David Banner. We rocking the hat, man. Get these hats at the God box.
Yeah, we gotta get David back on here. I'm gonna go on this podcast pretty soon. I love that guy. And then also Mark Harris, who has made many films. A couple of them, Black Coffee, and one is Black and Privileged that we're gonna watch tonight. We're gonna watch that tonight for Black Movie Night. So everybody who's watching, if you're not inside the actual event, you can go to blackmovienight.net, not .com, blackmovienight.net, and you can still register, still come in and watch the movie and join the chat. Those of you who put in questions in the chat, we're going to save that for the Q&A at the end. If you have a question, put it in the Q&A section, because if it's in the chat section, we won't see it, because literally within the first 3 or 4 minutes, there was hundreds of comments in the chat. We can't see those questions if it freezes up, but if you put it in the Q&A section, we'll be able to see it. And so we're about to get started in 1 second. And so so before we begin, and I'm glad Rick is here, man, because Rick is, with him being a filmmaker, he can ask you filmmaker questions and really dig into the nuances. And but Mark, I want to ask you this, man. So Black and Privilege, tell us what's in store when we watch Black and Privilege tonight.
Well, it's a very orthodox film. It's different than what I have been doing in terms of production, in terms of storytelling. But basically what we want to do is the fact that, we have to, as Black people, we have to definitely take control of our community, and not just take control of our community. So one of the things that we always do is that, we when we develop the economics, we never form a military or an army around those economics to protect what we have, and so this is what we wanted to do with Black and Privilege, is to show that, once we control the economics within our community, we need people who are vigilant enough to protect our community. So that's what we wanted to show in with the Black and Privilege.
and that is why you're one of my favorite filmmakers, man. I should just tell you all how I got introduced to. I got a story about it in terms of how I got introduced to each of these guys, and I'll start with Mark's, and then I'll tell you about Rick a little bit later. Mark, I'd heard about your film Black Coffee from a friend of mine. Somebody said, "Oh, you got to see it. It's a good movie." So I was sitting there, kicking it with my girl, and I said, let's watch a movie. I heard about this movie Black Coffee. I heard it's good, so let's watch it. We watch it on Amazon, and I watched the movie, and I'm sitting here. And I'm like, this is not a normal movie. This movie is not the same typical Hollywood BS. Like I said, this whoever made this movie, whoever the brain is behind this script and these characters, this is a unique Black man. I did not know you at the time. I confess to that, And then the more I listened, I said, wait, these characters are saying the things I would say. I said, I told her at that moment, I said, I bet you that he and I know each other. I bet we know because most Black folks don't think that way. Talking about owning your own, starting your own business, doing this. That it took a while for us to really get into that mode, and now we're getting there, but we're still not there yet, right? So then somehow you and I connected, and it turned out you and I have been Facebook friends for a while, and you lived just 2 or 3 blocks from me, my place in Chicago. Yeah. Right now, which you still live near Hyde Park, or did you move? Where do you live at now?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Really? No, wow. So.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still in Hyde Park. No, I'm still in Hyde Park.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I tell you, I was elated to meet you, man, and to see the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I also think everybody watching can really gain something from Mark's story. Mark, he was a guy that didn't know anything about writing a script, but he went and learned how to write a script. That reminds me of the brother who y'all could probably name him in a second. The brother who made was it The Learning Tree, and then he also made another film. Was it Mac that he made? I'm talking about. The brother did a whole bunch of different things. He was really. What I'm talking about? Who am I talking about? Can you help me with that?
Is it Matty Rich?
No. I got to look him up. It was a brother who made a bunch. He wrote a book. The book did really well, and then he made a film. The film did really well. Then he decided he wanted to go and become a photographer, and he did that really. Gordon Parks.
Oh, Gordon Parks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of Gordon Parks in the sense of basically saying, like, I want to do something. I'm gonna go learn how to do it. I'm gonna reinvent myself. And I think he was one of the masters of reinvention. And I love the way you reinvented yourself as a filmmaker, and you did it on your terms. So we can talk about that after we show the film. Give me a yes or no, guys, if you're ready to watch Black and Privilege. You are in for a treat. Give me a yes or no. Let me know if you're ready. And also, if you're watching outside and you want to come inside the chat and join with the rest of the family, all you got to do is go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. So I'm going to quit my yapping, and I'm going to go ahead and share this film. I'll give you guys Black and Privileged, and we will begin right. Hold on. Give me 1 second so I don't do this wrong. Right now. There we go. Oh, and let me say this. I'm gonna mute Mark and Rick. I'm gonna mute you guys so that we can hear the film. If that's good. There we go. All right, that way we can. All right, so give me a second. So we are going to share the screen again. In case y'all don't know, this is experimental. So if I do something stupid or wrong, just chalk it up to the fact that I'm just not that smart. But we're gonna figure this out. Here we go.
Hey, Tucson Cafe.
My man.
Yes, sir.
The usual.
You know it.
I saw you down at Independence Bank this morning, man. I was gonna stop and holler at you, but you look super busy.
Yeah, man. Derrick Rose is opening up a restaurant down the street.
Yeah?
Guess who's doing the construction on it?
Stop playing.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
It's gonna be a perfect addition to our community, man. Very upscale.
I don't expect anything less from you, bro.
Mm-hmm. You see what we did with his house?
His house. So you haven't read the Inglewood Herald this morning. What about the Chicago Sun-Times?
Come on, man. What did Donald Trump do now?
Oh, it's not Trump, bro. The great city of Chicago is demolishing the last of the remaining projects.
That's good. I mean, they were only built to keep poor black folks isolated and controlled. Hell, I'm totally against gentrification because all it does is help pack the prisons and people are forced out of places they grew up in, man. But I'm not against the tearing down of those project buildings.
Espresso?
Thank you. Brother, now this is why I come here. Your wife makes a mean espresso.
Gracias.
De nada. Black folks are the only members of the human race that deliberately walk past the place of business of one of our own and spend their money somewhere else.
That's true.
That's why yo amo ver a una esposa ayudando a una esposo.
Ayudando. Honey, this is teamwork. Just like you and Don, teamwork, sweetie. Teamwork.
Sorry.
And please don't get this Dominican blood boiling over here, all right?
Baby, ¿qué carajo tú me quieres decirme con eso?
It means that I love you in Swahili.
Boy, you Oh, man.
Read the paper, man. Just read the paper.
What? Why, man?
Just read the paper, Samad.
Man, let me see why you trying to get me to read this paper so bad. It's just Dude, wait a minute.
You spit on my shirt, bro.
Hold on, man. Is this real?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Yes, it's real. If they tear down those projects, they're gonna relocate all of those people to this community right here, bro. In the hopes that the property value goes down and the crime rate goes up. Everybody's moving.
Man, if our property value go down, we getting rid of our aldermen.
If this happens, like, everybody's gonna leave. The doctors, the lawyers, the entrepreneurs like myself, your boy D. Rose, Jennifer Hudson had a house around here. The NFL player that lives next door to you, what's his name? Khalil?
Khalil.
They all gone, bro. All gone.
No way, man.
And you buying me a new shirt, man.
No way, man.
Yes way. My wife bought me this shirt. You buying me a new shirt.
Man, don't nobody care about your shirt. No way to this.
Probably gonna have to get, like, bars on my doors and my windows, man. I'm gonna live like this, man. Hey, babe, call and see about those Alaskan pit bulls. I think we need some pit bulls. For what?
Yeah.
Have you read the paper?
No.
You need to read the paper. Let my wife read the paper when you're done, bro.
No, brother, I'm keeping this. We gonna see about this. Man, this is like redlining.
That's exactly what it's like, redlining.
Take this to table 7.
7?
Yes.
Redlining. Redlining is denying key services like home loans and insurance, or increasing the cost of those services to residents in a defined geographical area. Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Now, in theory, this could be used against anyone. In reality, it was almost exclusively a tool used to force blacks and other minorities into particular geographic areas. In 1934, that's when the practice first started, with the National Housing Act. And after that, the Federal Housing Administration was created. And then after that, we had the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. It was that agency that created residential security maps for several cities to determine if it was safe enough to invest in real estate in selected areas. Yeah, I think you kind of see where this is going. Existing black neighborhoods were lined as unsafe and thus ineligible for financing.
Did you see this?
How was your day, babe?
I'm sorry. My day was good. Did you see this?
What's the issue? I don't see a problem with this.
You don't see a problem with this. You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking, right?
That's because you didn't read it. You just skimmed over it.
I read it.
Don Poole, you're a very smart woman. I know you understood what it said.
I understood it, but I'm down with it. Sometimes people just need a helping hand, okay? W.E.B. Du Bois says, to be a poor man is hard, but to be a poor race in a land of dollars is the very bottom of hardship.
Thank you, Maya Angelou, for the quote. But you don't think that this is a well-thought-out plan by the man to destroy this community? We're gonna have this conversation.
Whatever. And babe, the only way the man can destroy our community is if we start to fight one another over this silly issue. We are all in this together.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm gonna trust your instincts, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to maintain the fabric of what we rebuilt this community on. Don, I don't want to live around people who hate themselves.
No, see, now you're assuming that people from the projects hate themselves, and they could easily assume that we uppity people hate ourselves. You see where this is going? Nowhere. Okay, just forget it.
Baby, I don't know what to do. Look, I'm not gonna let these politicians destroy our community. I'm not against vetting who lives here.
Idea.
What, you got the look in your eyes?
Yep. When all else fails, turn to social media.
What are you doing?
I'm posting this scenario to my Facebook page.
You and this Facebook.
Do you think we should allow poor blacks from the projects to move into our Inglewood community? And post. Now let's just wait and see what my friends say.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, your friends have no life.
Whatever. Dairy Titan says, hell no. Them N-words are coming to destroy and cause havoc. We, the people of Inglewood, would not tolerate it. Inglewood would have to impose a Sharia law because...
But wait, you talking about cutting heads off? Now I'm with that.
Inglewood would have to impose a Sharia law because a community that thrives on success, you have to protect it by all costs. Huh. Okay.
I like Derry. I'm going to add him as a friend on Facebook.
No, you're not going to add my friends as your friends to your page. No. But wait, okay, you know what? I guarantee that our community is going to inspire a change in those who are moving here. And I'm sure they're going to inspire something more in us.
You're so hopeful.
Hopeful and hungry and never touch a black woman's phone. I am starving. You're cooking dinner tonight.
Oh, Jesus just called me into prayer. I'm just playing. What would you like?
Oh, gosh. Stuffed peppers, maybe some asparagus,
Okay.
definitely a salad, maybe some rice, and oh my gosh, I probably ate a lot right now. I'm so hungry.
Yes, I'd like to place an order for delivery.
Samad.
What? I'm tired. Yeah, so brown rice, stuffed peppers, and yeah, that steamed asparagus. Yeah. Hey, baby, you want a salad?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that'll be all. What's up, Khalil? You see this, man?
Yeah, this some bullshit. My agent gonna have a problem with me, man, if all of this start happening around here, man. I can't live around here like that, man. I love the neighborhood. Don't get me wrong. Kids can go where they want to. Neighbors will watch out for them. My wife can go where she want to go without some fool whistling at her telling me, you got a nice ass, baby. But you know what I'm saying? I lose all my damn endorsements fucking around this shit.
Hold on. The NFL don't let you live in the hood even if you want to?
They let me live, but they don't want me living next to nobody, even with double names. She, Ray, Quee, Phonem. Who the fuck is Phonem?
So my wife says that we should give him a chance.
Man, fuck that. You know what? Listen, man. I'm cool with that, because all my businesses is in the neighborhood. However the case may be, I can deal with poor people that want to do better. I just can't deal with no poor-ass mentality, man.
Well, they'll support the business. We won't give them any other option, brother.
Yeah, all right. Yep, it's fucked up. I'm gone, man. I'm finna move.
Baby, he just threw the watermelon peel on Mr. Townsend's lawn like it was garbage.
Did you ask him to pick it up?
No.
As a matter of fact, the next time he does it, you pick it up for him to show him that there's a better way. They will see how beautiful Inglewood is, and they will fall in love with it just as much as we do. Watch. I don't know about you, babe, but I'm excited about our new neighbors.
No, I'm not.
I bet they're going to be some amazing people. Amazing.
You are so happy.
I am. I'm stoked.
Wish me luck. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
You wanna? Really? Okay, Well, can I at least have a kiss goodnight, then? I still love you. I see you.
Babe, hurry up. Come look at this. Hurry up, please. Babe.
Nope, I don't want to see it, Don. I don't want to see it.
I cannot believe that they are standing in the middle of the street drinking 40 ounces.
Really?
And one of them is leaning with his foot up against my car. Now you gotta go wash my car.
Oh, okay, really?
Hey, they're in the middle of the street playing dice and barbecuing. Like, what kind of neighbors who does this?
Hello, Mr. Towns? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my wife is, she's looking at them right now. No, don't call the police. I'll take care of it. Okay, all right.
Wait, babe. I cannot believe this.
What?
Babe, there is a little one with the thing wrapped around his head with the flap in the back that you tie. What is it called?
That would be a do-rag.
Yes, a do-rag.
Yeah.
Wrapped around his waist as shorts. Looking at Mr. Matthews' car. Hey, get out of here.
Yeah, hi. Miss Harrison? Yes. Hold on a second, hold on. Yeah, I'm on the other line with Miss Harrison now. Yeah, okay, I'll take care of it. Oh, okay. All right, okay. All right, hello, Miss Harris, don't worry about it. Relax, I got it. Okay? I will take care of it. All right.
Where are you going?
I'm going upstairs to change so I can properly introduce myself to our wonderful neighbors. Something we should have done in the first place, baby.
Babe, are you sure you don't want to call the cops?
The police? Baby, the men of this community are the police. We take care of our community, not the police.
Well, look at this. Officer Fahim just pulled up.
Okay, there you have it.
Yep.
Case solved.
Yeah, looks like they're all going back inside, so we good.
Okay, good.
No, babe, I spoke too soon. Come look. Hurry up. Babe, they are just standing right there on the front porch. Would you come look?
Baby, you can stand on the porch.
No, they're not. You know what? You are no help right now. Babe, there is a girl braiding another little girl's hair right there on the front. Who does this stuff? Like,
baby, you know what you should do? You should go out there and get your hair braided. Yeah, you look good in some micros. I love it. Black people are so colorful.
Samad, this is not the time to be laughing right now because I'm so serious.
Baby, what did you tell me? Give him a chance.
They are just making our neighborhood look so ghetto.
Hey, Donald Trump just tweeted that if Chicago doesn't fix the horrible carnage going on with 228 shootings and 42 murders, up 24% from last year, he says he's going to send in the feds. Have you read this?
Come on, man. You and Omarosa are the only two black people on the planet that read Donald Trump's tweets.
Man, look, bro. It's getting bad, man. I had some nightmares last night.
Really?
Really. The first one, I was caught in a shootout, bro. I almost died in a shootout. The second one, I was standing on the street we live, and guess what? Everybody started calling it the block. Like it didn't have a name. For just some random reason, we started calling it the block. I didn't own a coffee shop anymore. You know what I owned? A liquor store. Shabib's Liquor Stores. Shabib's. I'm not even Muslim, bro. You know what we sold? Potted pork, cinnamon-flavored blunts, and crack pipes. I swear to God, I didn't even know people still did crack.
Come on, man. That's a wild dream. That's never going to happen
The
anymore.
two project families that moved on the block, it's one on the right side of me and one on the left side. The one on the right side plays music all day. As the day goes on, it gets louder. All day. The one on the left side, they barbecue. Guess how long they barbecue? All day. That goes on until like the next morning.
What?
I ain't gonna lie though, man. That barbecue be smelling good.
What?
No, for real, man, for real.
Okay, look, I got a good idea. How about we get all the new residents together and see what they have to offer? I mean, everybody got talents and gifts.
I like that, that's cool. As long as we do realize that, rolling blunts is not a gift.
Okay, but if they want to start up their own business or go back to school, we pool our resources together and we pay for the startup or we pay to send them back to school. How about that?
Sound good to me. Probably need to have like a community meeting. We can have it here first.
All right, I'm with that.
Yeah. My only concern would be all these books, man. We probably got to move the books around because I don't want to intimidate the project people.
Books?
Yeah.
You don't have any books in here? This is a cafe.
What are you talking about? Look over there. She's reading a book. He's reading a book. There's books all over this place, man.
But, Melinda, what's wrong with your husband?
It's not local.
Dude, they brought those books in with them.
Exactly. Está no loco.
We need to get this together.
Right.
It's all.
Right.
That's the only way we'll get these people to come out. Hi. We're having a community event at Eldon's Cafe tonight. You should come by. Hi, little girl. What's your name?
We don't play that.
Did she? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I love black people. I love black people. I love black people.
Samad, what are you doing?
Baby, this is just what I need to do in times like this because you just don't know. I love black people. I love black people. I love black people. I love black people.
I passed out all the flyers and I told everybody on my block. And look at this small crowd. I told you, man, it's the books. Books are like kryptonite to some of our people, man.
Man,
It's like spraying raid on roaches.
come on, man. We can do good with this.
I'm done. I quit.
This is cool.
We can't live like this.
Hey everyone, I'm Tamala. This is my husband. We have a baby girl, but she's sick at home today, so. We moved here a couple weeks ago from the projects, and I love this cafe, and I've always supported it. It's the only black-owned cafe that we have in Chicago. I'm hearing what everyone is saying, and we're not bad people. Yes, we may act a certain way sometimes because of our circumstances, but that doesn't make us who we are. I mean, your level of success or where you live don't make you any better.
Well, actually, it kind of. What? No, I'm saying, like, I'm not saying we're better than anybody here. It's just that. Who wants to argue with the data? I've done the research.
My husband and I actually taught many of the families from the projects how to grow our own food. We grew organic food in the vacant lots and even in our own apartments. We noticed that we didn't see any of that in this community, and we feel that we can bring those skills to the residents and teach them here. I mean, the food that's grown can be sold in your grocery store, Mr. Towns.
I like that idea. In fact, young lady, I love that idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
It's urban farming, right?
Yeah.
So, would you know how to, say, grow medicinal cannabis, or is it just like onions, potatoes, spinach, tomatoes?
Spinach, tomatoes, onions, potatoes, squash, strawberries, whatever you need.
That's cool. That's real cool. So you know how to grow cannabis? Then that's.
Babe.
What? No, I'm asking because I have so much joint pain, and the doctor said
You
I'm
don't
not.
have joint pain.
I swear to God, I got joint pain.
Okay, look, just give us a chance. Black people had to experience blockbusting once before. We shouldn't have to deal with it from our own people.
She got a point.
She got a good point, man. I gotta go. Those supplies, man. Y'all hold it down.
All right, man.
Blockbusting. A practice where unscrupulous realtors encourage black folks to move into white neighborhoods or created the appearance of transition, sparking an exodus and driving down prices. Once completed, more respectable realtors converted their homes and apartments into multifamily dwellings, cramming large groups of black folks into row houses meant for a handful of people. All of these tools and approaches were facilitated by the federal government and its partners at the state and local levels. This continued until like the 1960s and arguably never stopped. Public housing projects, for instance, were placed in these segregated, depressed neighborhoods. This in turn ensured concentrated poverty and all its attendant problems, such as bad schools, poor public services, poor people.
played that mumble rap trap music all night long. My head is pounding, my ears are killing me, my brain is now mush. I need sleep to this racket.
Niggas. Hey, baby.
Are you okay?
Those are 3 new construction contracts.
All right. I'll look over them later tonight.
Baby, what's wrong? Baby, what happened? They disrespect my wife. They disrespect me. I must have respect.
Donald Stockton.
Hello?
Hey, Eldon.
Okay, I'm on my way. Show forgiveness. Enjoy what's good. And turn away from ignorant. Don't disrespect my wife again. This time it's a warning. The next time it won't be.
Is that a threat, big man?
Jay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Now you think you better than us, man.
No, man, you think I am. Brother, it's not about who's better than who, man. Look around. Look around. Look at your baby girl. Your woman. Our people suffered long enough, man. It's time for us to be in this together.
We need to be in this together. Or is that how you really feel? Man, as soon as I brought my family up in this punk-ass neighborhood, you and your boy prejudged us. Nah. And then you gonna bring 1 million suited Negroes up in here like we waving a Confederate flag. Man, get your lame ass off my property.
You're right, man. And I'm sorry. We're sorry. We gotta do better as a community.
Where you at? Kirk! Hey, come down here, man. Where you was at?
Man, they ride deep, man. It was like a wave of Negroes.
Hey, man, apologize.
Man, I'm sorry for disrespecting your wife.
Don't let it happen again, man.
Mister, pleased to make your acquaintance.
You too, little lady. How are you?
This little girl. Pamela.
Nice to meet you. Kirk. So let's try this again. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Samad Pooh. Jay. So how about we break out the barbecue grills?
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, I don't know about y'all, man, but I hung out with my ghetto neighbors about 4 a.m. this morning, man. Eating ribs. Hey, I might start by eating pork, for real. Ghetto ribs for everybody.
Baby, go get some garbage bags, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, man. See you in a couple of hours?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, baby. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna like it here, baby.
That's cool.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm just trying to do me.
Babe,
Yeah.
I am really proud of how you handled the situation. I think we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, there's some good people. We're gonna be fine.
We are. Oh, I talked to Pamela today. I made me a hair appointment to get my hair did.
On our front porch.
In her kitchen.
Look at my baby turning ghetto on me.
My strong black husband.
I am who I am because of you.
Oh.
Good night.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Black people must be honest enough to admit that our standards do often fall short. One of the true signs of maturity is the ability to rise to the point of self-criticism. Even when that criticism comes from whites, we must pick out elements of truth in it. Our crime rate is far too high. Our level of cleanliness is far too low. Too often we live above our means and spend money on non-essentials. We fail to give to serious causes and organizations. We're often loud and boisterous and spend far too much on drinks. Even the most poverty-stricken among us can purchase a 10-cent bar of soap. And even the most uneducated among us can have high morals. Dr. King, Testament of Hope.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Could I actually get a cafe latte?
Cafe latte?
Yeah, that'd be
coming
great.
right up.
Thank you.
A person who is poor with bad spending habits does not save. That's just a fact. But we knew that there had to be a moral component when building this community. We didn't just seek after black people with loads of money who took this as an opportunity to make more money and completely disregard the building of people. Come on, Chuck. Like, we all know that there are some blacks who benefit from the economic ignorance of other blacks. However, let me state my point. We searched through the city of Chicago for folks who not only cared about this community, but they cared about the people. And they had to understand the value of money. So yes, we have our own schools. We have our own banks. We hired our own police force.
This community, according to FBI
statistics. Baby.
Thank you, baby. According to FBI
statistics,
this is the safest community in America. They didn't say the safest black community in America. They said the safest community in America, Chuck.
Okay, great. That's great. Okay, but come on, guys. You created a community, and I think it's safe to say it's for black people, for blacks only, right? It's no different than for whites only. So, come on. Is this a form of reverse racism? Come on. I think it's also safe to say you guys are practicing reverse discrimination. It's ridiculous. I think Martin Luther King would be rolling over in his grave.
Listen to this nigga, man.
All right, let's keep it pleasant.
Let's keep it pleasant. Funny talking ass nigga, man. Look, I'm not as refined and diplomatic as these two, okay? So fuck that.
I'm not going to tolerate any hanky-panky, guys.
Hanky-panky? Oh, this nigga gets corny about a second.
All right, yeah, we're done. Turn the cameras off. I'm not going to tolerate this.
Don't you turn off that damn camera, and you sit your ass down. And L, you know I'm not that diplomatic either. Sit down. We ain't no passive Negroes up in here.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Sit your hanky-panky down, man. Now, you say it's reverse discrimination and racism. So essentially what you're saying is it's quite okay for black people to live in communities with high crime and broken families. Every other street corner is infested with broken black men who ain't on shit. Arab liquor stores everywhere. Churches housing the spiritual dead that's trying their best to buy their way into heaven. But the pastors are basically fucking pimps, man. We had over 600 churches in this community before we built it. Now we have one.
What does that have to do with me?
But a nigga like you say it's reverse discrimination and racism for black people to live in safe, peaceful, economically strong communities. That's the type of nigga shit I don't like. And that's exactly why niggas like you can't live here.
Great, because I have no desire to.
Good, because this community is here and it's not going anywhere. We will kill and die for it. ¿Entendiste?
Exactly my point. Thank you. That's my point. Thank God for martial law. Can we shut this?
You say it's reverse discrimination and racism. So essentially what you're saying is it's quite okay for black people to live in communities with high crime and broken families. You know, every other street corner is infested with broken black men who ain't on shit. Arab liquor stores everywhere, churches housing the spiritual dead that's trying their best to buy their way in heaven. But the pastors are basically fucking pimps, man.
Need you to sign some paperwork for me. It's to free the guys up for the demolition, sir.
All right, thanks, Sophia. Appreciate it. Have Rick take this to Alderman Burke.
You got it, boss.
Thank you.
This shit I don't like. And that's exactly why niggas like you can't live here.
Hey, Mommy.
Hey, baby. You doing homework?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sweaty right now. I'm about to take a shower, babe.
All right, we about to leave out in a second.
Okay.
Hey, baby, go upstairs and get ready for school.
No kisses, though. What you mean? I'm all dirty feeling.
don't care about that. All right. Hey, come on, let's go.
I told you we shouldn't have let them move in here. We haven't had a killing in 10 years, and they've been here for 2 hours and bodies are dropping. White folks said niggas will bring your property value down. Now, I love black people, but I hate niggas.
So how you think we should handle it?
I think we already know the answer to that.
A black woman was killed, so for me it is personal. We can get Kent Masters on this.
All right. Jay, sorry about your wife, brother.
Yeah, the need for you guys to look out for me.
You brought this shit to our community, man.
Hey, someone killed my wife this morning, and them crackers won't even let me see it, so fuck you. Look, please.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Samara, be good, okay?
When will you be back?
Soon. Soon, I promise.
I love you, Daddy.
Oh, you too. Okay, all right, good. Jay, what up?
Man, y'all be signing up for that bullshit.
Dad?
What's up, big bro?
Rick?
Heard about your girl. Sorry about that.
She was my wife.
Oh, yeah. I remember. We didn't get invited to the wedding.
Son, I bought you that new house to keep you out of trouble. Why does trouble keep following you?
How's the job, Jay?
Job's a job, Rick.
Yeah? No write-ups, warnings, fired on your days off?
Why does trouble keep following you?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was about to ask the same question.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, I need your help to find out who did it.
Well, in case you forgot, I'm a businessman. I don't get involved in street gang shit.
This wasn't no street gang shit. Niggas ain't savvy enough to clean up after themselves. Look, I need you and your wife to use your political connect. They killed my wife.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask her. But until then, stay out of trouble. Stay low. You need money?
I never asked you for shit. But I need your help.
I'll ask her. How's your daughter handling this?
She's good. I really need your help.
You got it, son.
You think he knows and he's just fucking with us?
Go find out.
Jay! Big bro! Hey. Look, you don't have any idea who did it? Because if you do, I'm with you all the way.
If I did, I wouldn't be here now, would I?
No, I guess not. Look, Jay, I know I don't always act like it, but you're my blood. You're my brother. I love you.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, come on, man. You're not going to reciprocate?
Reciprocate?
Yeah, reciprocate. I learned a lot of big-ass fancy words in the joint. Bring it in. Bring it in. You know what else I learned in the joint?
What?
How to make a really good toilet wine. I know that sounds
Keep
gross.
that to yourself.
No, hold on. You don't have to use the toilet.
Rick.
Drive safe.
It's gonna be okay, sweetie.
No, it's not. They killed my mom. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
They should have just killed me too. My mom is dead, and my dad loved me.
Your dad didn't leave you. I know what I'm about to say is not going to bring your mother back. But whoever killed her is going to pay.
My dad says people don't go to prison for killing black people.
Some do. Some never get caught. And others just die.
How do you know the men that killed my mom will get caught?
I don't know.
I hope the police get to them if my dad does. Because I really pissed him off. And I don't want to see my dad go to prison. Miss Poole?
Yeah.
My dad really loved my mom. He's gonna kill the guys that killed her.
I'm sorry to hear about the brother's wife, but let me make a few phone calls and see what I can find out. Now, you guys do know who Jay's daddy is, right?
No, who?
James Big Pops Looney. Irish mobster turned real estate tycoon. And his wife is Angie Looney.
Angie Looney. The Cook County assessor?
Yup. His mother, obviously black, used to sing in a popular singer group back in the day. She was killed in a horrible accident. So she was raised by his grandmother with a little financial help from his father. Hey, and he also got street cred.
Street cred?
And James and Angie Looney have been trying to use the political clout to purchase the remaining 90 underdeveloped homes here in Inglewood. Which reminds me, we need to place our bid ASAP.
A savvy investor would want to buy those homes. It's like discovering oil. Hey, and you know, I think this is more than just about them buying them homes, too. But hey, what do I know?
So wait, you think he would have his son's wife killed?
Absolutely.
So, how was your day?
Dreadful. Inglewood Investment made a bid for the 90 remaining homes.
Well, that's not good. You realize if they take ownership of those properties, the kind of power they're going to be able to wield in Chicago? And this is the third largest city in the country, Angie. We're getting paid a lot of money to destroy that community and to keep that kind of shit from popping up all across
I
America.
know. Can't you just call the big dogs and get permission to start a war among the gangs or something?
There are no gangs in that community to start a war with, and they're also not killing each other. And I gotta hand it to them. They value their lives, and it makes it really hard just to kill them.
Moving those people in from the projects didn't help any. Gosh. Uh-oh, and before I forget, did you receive a call from the mayor?
No, why? What happened?
Alderwoman Thompson was on the radio this morning, again accusing the Chicago police of being behind some of the drive-bys in the Arbor Gresham area. The witch won't stop.
Yeah, well, that's a community infested with gangs, and it makes the job very easy. And Alderman Thompson's days are numbered. She's got a very big mouth.
No, those Inglewood residents will never vote her out. She fights for them tooth and nail. She's the only one over in City Hall I see actually fighting for her constituents. The rest of them are sell out for crumbs. She's interfering with the bid.
That bitch is gonna find herself buried next to Jimmy Hoffa.
Well, just do me a favor and please don't make it so obvious. You know, make it look like a heart attack or cancer.
Whatever. We need the rest of those homes.
I know.
Jay wants us to help him find out who killed his wife.
Good luck with that. Really? God, that boy is so stupid. Then where'd you see him anyway?
He came by a day or so ago. Gonna help him.
You know you're frightening, right?
Help the kid find the person who had his wife killed.
Help the kid find him.
Yeah.
Baby, look, I'm tired. Can we go home?
Yeah.
Look at here.
Look at this nigga, man. We must realize that our greatest enemies are not those on the outside, but within our midst. When we recognize that those on the outside and don't allow them to pass, then we have those on the inside working with us to destroy us. The philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey.
Do you know why we're doing this?
You didn't talk too damn much.
Man, your wife is gangster as hell.
One of the men who killed your mother was just found dead.
It's another dead black man. When will our people ever learn?
Am I the only one that noticed that all the ex-Bulls play for the Timberwolves?
They call them the Minnesota Timberwolves now. For real. The whole team over there.
Yeah. You know you and Melinda got the best cafes around, right?
Things we do to protect it. So how do you feel?
I don't know, man. Not good. I guess we do what we have to protect what we're building, right?
Right.
It's just crazy, man. It seems like if we destroy our community, we killing our own. And if we build our community, we kill our people. It ain't gotta be like this.
On January 20th, 1832, at the Virginia House of Delegates, Henry Berry said America has to pass severe laws to keep us in ignorance. He said they have to close off every avenue which by light might enter our minds, which keeps us at the level of the beast in the field. If this continues, black people will never be able to rise above our condition. We've been begging for 400 years, bro.
What do you think will happen if people like Russell Simmons, Diddy, Jay-Z, Bob Johnson, Robert Smith, the billionaire, Oprah Winfrey, don't forget Tyler Perry. What happened if they put their money together?
Rebuild one black community at a time and make America great. For once. For us.
Bingo. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, I got to get home to the wife. Thanks for the pizza. Send Melinda my love. All right?
She don't know where to pick me up, too. Huh?
Brother Malcolm.
Whatever.
You're missing the glasses, though. You need some glasses.
You missing this dried up pizza, bro. Come get this. Don't leave it here.
So with those lattes, ma?
Excuse me, sir?
You on the cafe, right?
Yeah.
So with those lattes. Free lattes.
What you watching, pretty girl?
This classic called Black Orpheus.
What do you know about Black Orpheus?
My mom's favorite movie.
Would you mind if I sit and watch it with you?
I'd like for you to.
Well, then scoot your butt over. And share your popcorn, too.
Yeah. I think you have the wrong number.
Hello, this is Melinda. I can't talk to you right now, so just leave a message. Gracias. Hello, this is Melinda. I can't talk to you right now, so just leave a message.
Justifiable homicide means whatever is justifiable is excusable. It's excusable because it's justified by the principle of justice. The term homicide means the murder of one human being by another. On July 24th, 2018 at 11:59 a.m., my wife was murdered. The man who killed her hair was like mine, his skin was like mine, and most of all, his history here in America was like mine. I found and I killed that man. More black men have died in 1 year than American soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan in 5 years. If you look at the murder rate in the black communities, there's a civil war going on. In 1 year, 20,000 homicides across America, 46% were us killing us. That means nearly 9,000 young black men were murdered, not by a white police force, but by us.
Damn, my brother. I am sorry.
I'm sorry, my brother. But you gave me no other option.
What, you gonna go?
Can you stop playing with my food? Okay, you know what? Keep the food, give me my money back.
Let me close up shop right quick. I have a nice comfy bed in the back, and if you do it right, I'll give you the gyro and fry for free.
Nigga, who the fuck you think you talking to? I know I'm dressed summertime fine. That don't mean I'm one of these little thoughts running around here that you can talk to any kind of way. And I promise you I wouldn't fuck you for all the oil in the Middle East or whatever raggedy ass country you from.
Here, just take the food and go.
I don't want that shit. I don't know why I came up in this nasty ass place anyway.
Baby, don't be like that.
Baby. You see this? Cause I'm about 2 seconds away from calling my husband to come burn this whole motherfucker down for disrespecting me.
Yo, don't get that nigga fucked up. Now take this dog shit and get out of my store before I call the police.
Y'all just gonna sit there and let him talk to me like that?
Those my niggas, bros before hoes, Snow Bunny. I just came from Juma, and you coming up in here and you're fucking up my day.
Y'all some fucking cowards. You think he gonna let you sit there and talk to his women like that? Okay. Since there's so much motherfucking estrogen up in this bitch today, guess what? Take some tampons, you scary ass jigaboos.
Now pick it up and go.
You fucking with the wrong one.
Whatever, Maxine Waters.
Alright, keep talking, bitch. I'm coming back for that ass, I guarantee you that. Stupid ass.
May I sit?
Yes, sir.
Your name is Jay, right?
Yeah. How you know?
It's my job to know every single resident in the community. We had the brothers out looking for you.
For what?
We know what happened to your wife. I'm sorry. My condolences. If you consider having a funeral here, the community fund will take care of all the arrangements.
I'm not here because I'm in any trouble. I found a way to pay for it.
Plus, I don't like anyone making me feel like I'm obligated to go to their church.
Understandable. Jay, if you haven't noticed, our community consists of Christians, Muslims, Hebrews, and people that don't do religion. But when it comes to the betterment of our people in this community, we put religion to the side. I'm sure if you went to the synagogue or the mosque, then they would have offered to take care of all your arrangements as well.
I feel so crazy. They killed my wife, destroyed the best part of me.
This is what we call the test. Tests and trials are necessary for purification.
Why would God put this on me?
You have a purpose.
Sir, my baby girl's mother is dead.
Maybe you need to realize that God has something else in store for you. Maybe you need to figure out what that is.
I don't think he thinks about me like that.
He does. I mean, we often wonder why would he allow us to feel so much pain? And later on, we realize that we misunderstood his purpose in that situation. If you see that, then we are blessed. And I'm not going to pretend for a lot of people that's a big if.
You know what I respect about this conversation?
What's that?
That you didn't come over here and start spitting scriptures. But you came over here for real. The way I understand things.
The Bible is the Word of God. But the Word of God cannot be confined to a book. If so, every tree would be a pen, every ink would be the ocean, and His Word could not be worn out. If you need anything, consider this one of your homes.
Rev, what does the Bible say about revenge?
Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, my friend, but leave room for God's wrath. It is written, "It is mine to avenge, I will repay it," says the Lord.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 6. Ye are gods, and we are all children of the Most High. To me, that means He works in us.
Look, if it wasn't for my husband, being overseas on business, I wouldn't have came to y'all. But the fact is, dude was completely disrespectful, and I guarantee you if he talks that way to me, he talks that way to other women too.
You see, that place is on top of our do not support list. Just last week, there was an incident with a young lady, and we sent out multiple messages. Do not spend money there.
I take it you didn't get the group text.
Oh, no, I got the text. I was craving a Garrow, y'all. Come on.
Euro. It's okay. We're not judging you or anything. We're not going to fight you or beat you up. But these are the type of sacrifices that we must make in order to keep our community strong. Because those $3 or $4 euros is like,
girl, that was $6, okay?
6? Oh, that's even worse. See, those euros is what's helping build his community and help educate his children.
Okay, you know what? Y'all being judgmental right now, so I'm going to go. Because I just can't take this. It's too much.
Ain't nobody judging you. Calm down.
Okay, but y'all are making me feel bad.
Feel bad? All that urban farming you taught us how to do, and we're being judgmental for a lifestyle that you introduced to us. What?
I was having a craving. Why is the store still open anyways?
Because it's the west side of Inglewood. We're currently trying to get it, but it takes time. So for now, we don't deal with that part of town.
It's still there because we're still craving gyros.
Girl, okay, fine. Can y'all stop making fun of me now, please?
Sister, you have to protect us so we can protect you. We can't support businesses that disrespect us. What do you think will happen if we send some guys over there?
I mean, y'all are acting like I'm telling you to go beat the guy up or kill him or something.
No, seriously, you should hear this.
Look at it this way. You know when you're trying to teach us about planting strawberries? What if someone's not listening to you? How does that make you feel? Exactly. We need you to listen to what we're saying and not take it personal.
Good luck with that, because I'm a Leo, okay?
I know one thing. If you don't hush up, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
Okay. I'm listening. I swear I'm listening.
We have to respect, protect, and honor the women of this community at all costs. And any business that doesn't, we're taking our black dollars somewhere else.
And somewhere else is right here.
Baby, I know it's not a good time for Elle, but I think it's time we pay that store a visit.
Ooh, y'all gonna beat him up.
Listen, Akbar, the next time we come in here ain't gonna be no conversation. We shutting this joint down.
Are you guys done?
You think this is a game?
I'm not afraid of you guys. Don't come into my place of business and start dishing out threats. Go back over to your paradise. Now get out of my store. I see you guys think I'm some pussy. Now beat it like Michael Jackson. I guess that'll make you Janet.
We tried to give you a warning, but you didn't want to listen. Now get out of here.
We have a duty to protect and respect our women. They should be free to express themselves in environments where they're honored and not have to worry about harassment or propositions. Our women have given us so much, and it's up to black men to create that world for black women, our partners. They often fight for us at times when we're too afraid to fight for ourselves. They've given us life, love, and now they suffer hardship, rejection, indignity, just so they can make a way for us as mothers, sisters, and even as wives. We owe them so much more than what we give them, and it's time we repay that debt.
Angie? Who killed my wife?
I'm working on trying to find out who, Jay.
You know what? You are the worst stepmother. But you're even a terrible liar.
Then do what you need to do, son.
May I come in? I had a meeting with the mayor. He applauds us on what we're doing with the community. He also sends his condolences to Eldon and Jay. I went by Eldon's home and I spoke with him. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. But I really don't know anything about this Jay guy. What's the deal with him?
He's a good guy.
I'm sure, or he would have been out of this community a long time ago. I know you're very protective over who gets in here, and I'm here to protect or support you guys. But you already know.
Tarina, you and I go back since the 4th grade. So keep it 100.
The 3rd grade.
You were in that class for 2 to 3 days before they removed you and placed you in advance. So technically the 4th.
3rd. It's water under the bridge.
You sure about that?
Thank you.
That's my girl.
You're my alderman, and I need you to do something about those guys. They're above the law.
Hey, trust me. I'm working day and night to find a way to eradicate their entire community.
Yeah, what's the deal with Alderman Tarina?
That woman has the backbone of Genghis Khan. Yeah, I went to her and I personally showed her how amount of money we can make by working together. She spat it back in my face. She is fiercely loyal to the Inglewood community, and that is an understatement. I mean, I offered her everything.
Did you offer some dick?
I thought about it.
I'm sitting here with a fucked up face, so I hope you guys are enjoying your laughs.
What do you want us to do?
Kill those fuckers.
Hey, where are you from?
I'm American, shithead.
Where are your parents from?
The Rock?
All right, keep up, Haji. With that berry on your face, we try to sneak in there and kill one of theirs, they're gonna figure it was you. Then your dumb ass is gonna be back in Iraq eating fucking pita bread, dodging American drones for the rest of your life. So slow the fuck down.
Yeah, just stop being big baby and take the L.
Listen, I met with the mayor this morning and Alderman Tarina was there. Now, he personally told her what an amazing job she's doing with her city.
Did she buy that?
I don't know, but I met with him afterwards, and he assured me he's 100% with our plan.
What's going on, son?
You, Pop?
What's with the gun?
I don't know. It makes me feel a little more comfortable. You know, I spoke to Angie.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna catch up with you guys later.
Sit your ass down. I just want a couple bullets following you.
That's cool.
Where is Angie J? Did you do anything to her?
You know, I asked her if she knew who killed my wife.
Mm-hmm. And what did she say?
This is the first time I ever had a cigar. With my old man. How cool is that? Hey, you got a light or something?
There you go.
Okay. Have a cigar with your son. Have a fucking cigar with your son.
You got my last one?
Damn. You know, I don't even know if this shit is cheap or expensive. Knowing you, it's probably cheap. You're a disgrace.
That gun don't scare me.
I bet the bullets in this bitch will. But you want to find out? Someone put the order out to kill me and my wife.
What do you mean, put the order out?
I'm gonna find out who put the order out. And when I have concrete answers, I'm gonna find that person. And I'm gonna kill him. And if anyone threatens me or my daughter, I already recorded all y'all conversations. And I passed it on to a couple of my friends to hand over to the FBI. Don't ever forget. I know where all the bodies are buried in this bitch. And remember this. The only reason you're still alive is because I'm not gonna kill your ass on suspicion. Well, from now on, I don't have a fucking father.
My heart is beating so fast right now. I'm staying away from you guys. I'm about to go to the mosque and do 1,000 rakas.
Yo, L. What's up, Hill?
I miss her, man. I miss her a whole lot.
We all miss her, brother. But you already know that me and Don are here for you, right?
Thanks, bro. Thinking about selling the cafes?
You joking, right? You can't be serious, man.
It's her vision, man. I can't do it without her.
That's exactly why you gotta stay open, L. Look, Melinda was about serving the community. This is how her vision lives on through this cafe, man.
Too many memories for me, man.
Then think about the good ones.
I just can't stop the tears from coming down, man.
Then let them come, L. Let them come down. Don't you ever apologize about crying for your wife, man. Let them come.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. I'm so sorry I failed to
Man, I got you, bro. Come on, we gonna get through this. Come on, man, I got you, man. I got you. Got you, brother.
I love this place. What?
What? I can't take a moment to stare at my beautiful wife.
Of course.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. How's Eldon?
Baby, he's not doing too good.
I miss Melinda's mind.
I know you do, baby. And L is talking about closing the cafes.
What? No, he can't. He can't do that.
Baby, it's too much for him right now. He don't...
Melinda and Eldon have created something special with those cafes. So we're not just going to sit back and let her legacy die. And we can't let them give up.
Don Poole, that's what I love about you.
Brother?
No, I'm good.
What you doing out here?
Gardening. What you trying to garden?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. These are tomatoes and these are the carrots. Everything that we plant is 100% organic.
What's the big deal? Food is food.
Food is not food. All those vegetables that they have at the grocery store and the fruits, they're sprayed with chemicals. They're genetically modified, which means guess what? They ain't real food.
Wash them off.
Wash them. Okay, I'm gonna need you to listen.
I am listening.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I am. But I hear what you're saying.
Don't be stupid.
Who you calling stupid?
Who I'm calling stupid? Jesus. Okay, you know what? I love black people. I love black people. I love me some black people.
Whatever.
Plants.
What type of seeds are these?
Watermelon.
How black is that? Watermelon seeds?
Just plants. I'm sorry to hear about your wife.
Thanks. How deep it gotta go?
Just enough to get under the surface.
So how you doing, man?
I can't complain, bro.
You know I got
Hi, Eldon.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I want what everyone's having. The Melinda.
Sure thing. One Melinda coming up. It's $4.25.
Thank you.
Hey, what up, my dudes? It's your boy.
Yeah. Him appeal. You already know. Diamond that real shit. A nation can rise no higher than its queen, who done climbed on the back of her king, who demonstrates self-esteem and the means to redeem her crown. My Taji, you ain't taking it down, I'm taking it now. I'm setting fire to this booth for whoever coming behind me denying you the truth. This is what you call entertainment, the structure for your self-destruction you proudly claiming. I can't, cause for my little man, I gotta show him that mommy chose a better plan. And it's simply to raise a better man, who's gonna eventually help us to build on better land.
All right. So everybody who's watching out there, could you join me in giving a digital round of applause for the movie Black Privilege? The movie Black Privilege, it is created by a filmmaker from your community by the name of Mark Harris. And there were quite a few great actors and actresses in the film. And I'm sure there were lots of people involved in the project since it was a team effort. And so we have Mark Harris here tonight, actually. And Mark is here to answer a lot of questions involving not just the film, but just the industry in general. And I'd like everybody, as we get started, use the hashtag on social media, Black Movie Night. Black Movie Night, we're going to do this once a month. It's brought to you by the Black Business School. And basically our goal is to feature feature Black filmmakers and to build a Black Hollywood by doing digital film festivals online and just screenings where we all get together as a family. And no better time to do it than now when everybody's at home. So I know thousands of you signed up, and this is how you build an industry. You get people in the community that are committed to supporting their own. So before we get to the Q&A section, I would like for you to give me a yes, confirmation, yes, that you will support your own, that when you see Black filmmakers out here doing the damn thing, you will support. So give me a yes if that is what you believe in, if that's where you're going to go with your life, because we give all our money to those other folks. And I'm not telling you that there's something wrong with that. I just want you to make sure you give some money to your own folks too. Include Black filmmakers in your support system. So with that, I've said enough. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way, anybody who's watching out there. So let's just start. I'm gonna let Rick, I'm gonna let you take over a lot of the Q&A. Since you're an expert on filmmaking. But Mark, let me ask you just this in general, man. I don't even know where to begin. Why did you make this movie, and what was the thought process behind this amazing project?
First, I would like to thank you, truly thank you very much. And just let you know, like every time you mention my name, I get like at least about 30 texts and people like, Boyce Watkins just mentioned your name. So I truly appreciate you for keeping Black Coffee alive and also keeping me alive as a filmmaker.
I'm gonna keep mentioning your name. So how about this? Mark Harris, Mark Harris, Mark Harris, Mark Harris, Mark Harris. And I want everybody in the chat type Mark Harris. And then now we're gonna give him about 200 texts. So go ahead, brother, please continue.
I truly appreciate it. So basically, once you watch the movie, there are a lot of things that I've done that we actually did with the movie that I would like to explain. And I'm sure Rick, as a filmmaker, is gonna ask me a lot of those things. But what I wanted to do is basically show that we have to control the economics of our community, and what would happen if we have a community and the projects or Black people who are not as quote unquote privileged as we are decided to move into our community. How will we as Black people accept our people? And so that's what the main thing that one of the main things that we want to deal with, and also deal with the fact that the economics, and also once we have the economics, than having control and having an army or a military, which is consists of the community, to protect the economics of their community, because we can't have the same thing that happened during Black Wall Street that happened in Inglewood. You know, and also this movie was shot in Inglewood as well. So for people, you know, we hear all the bad things about Inglewood, but this movie was actually shot in Inglewood.
Well, I like that too. You know, in case you guys don't know, Inglewood is an important part of Chicago that, you know, it has a glorious history and also has a mixed history in terms of some bad publicity. And what I love about the project is that you create a vision of what the world should be and what the world can be. You know, and I really like that. You know, I enjoyed the pride that was there. You know, the love for the Black woman, the strong family, just all these great things. And so I'd like to ask you this. So in terms of your background, what is your story? How did you grow up, Mark? Where did you grow up? What inspired you to be so supportive and protective of Inglewood in particular?
I'm from Inglewood. I was born and raised on 68th and Justine, which is that's the heart of the Inglewood community, right off Ashland Street. I went to grammar school in Inglewood. I went to Algell and I went to Bunch, which is on 63rd. For you all who are familiar with Chicago, you know 63rd and Ashland and 72nd and Loomis. That's like the heart of the Inglewood community. So in my community, Derrick Rose is basically around the corner from where I lived at. Bernie Mac is in Jennifer Hudson, like down the street, like a mile down the street. Laurent Hasbury, so many different people from Chicago are actually, you know, from the Inglewood community. So it's a very strong community, very beautiful community that I love so much.
Mm. Well, can you and then I'm gonna hand this over to Rick. I'd like for you to ask some questions. You know, for next for sure. But the people are asking. I'm looking at the chat, and there's, just so you guys know, there's dozens of questions coming through, so we won't be able to get to them all. But but they're asking about some of your other movies. What other movies have you made that people can go out and find and support you with? By the way.
Well, you have Black Coffee, of course. You have Stock Options. Stock Options is with Antonique Smith, who played she played Faith Evans in the movie Notorious, and Amy Joseph, who's on the show with John, the great late John Singleton put out on Fox FX. So you have then you have My First Love with Gabrielle Dennis and Pooch Hall. And then you have No Regrets with Brian White, who was actually in this movie, and Monica Calhoun, who was actually in The Best Man. So these movies can be found on either Tubi, T-U-B-I, Tubi, or you can look for them on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I love it. So Rick,
Yes.
Filmmaker to filmmaker, I'll let you kind of take over here, brother.
Yeah, definitely. So first off, man, I want to thank the participants for staying on and watching this film. Like at one point, it was almost like 600 people watching this film. Like that's a lot of people, a lot of impressions.
And there's another 500 or 600 watching outside because we're streaming on.
Okay. So it's over 1,000 impressions that you're getting on this film, man. And I know that's, you know, that's great because, you know, as a filmmaker, the first part is creating the film. But after the film is created, now we have to go sell the film and distribute the film to, you know, the masses. So I really want to appreciate the people that are supporting the film. The question that I have, though, is, you know, first of all, it was definitely a thought-provoking film, and I really liked the way that it was narrated, and you had some real nuggets in there in terms of, you know, showing the brotherhood. I like that part, like when, you know, all the brothers went over to the guy that had moved into the community and was like, look, man, you know, you disrespected my wife, so you're holding the Black woman up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love that part. I love the part where the young lady sat down
I want to
with the kid.
I want to talk about that particular scene as well.
Okay, talk about that scene. Let's take it scene by scene then. Go ahead.
Okay.
The first scene, really, like the brotherhood scene where like you had a massive amount of brothers like going to this man saying, look, you disrespected his wife, so you need to apologize. that's the way we used to do it back in the day, and that's what we got to get back to. You know what I'm saying? Not the shooting. So I love that scene. But go ahead, tell us about that particular scene.
Yeah, so that scene, two things. That scene was inspired, of course, by the Million Man March. When you look at so you didn't hear any other man but that one voice, and then at the end you heard the second voice, which was his best friend. So one voice when you heard the main character speaking, but then you turn because I didn't want to show these men driving up, running up. I just wanted to show, next time you see these men, I just want to show them in uniform. You know what I'm saying? Just this one voice, one army, one man. And that's what I wanted to show. Just like when we watch, when we look at the old videos of the Million Man March.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
So I thought that was great because that was a symbol of unity. But go ahead, boys.
No, Mark will throw a hair fake at you in a lot of it. You'll be, because we're so conditioned to see the negativity, or some would call it the negativity. You know, because we're so conditioned for it, you'll be watching the movie and be like, oh, they're about to fight, or somebody's about to get hurt. And then he'll just flip it. Like, you know, the way the guy, you know, that walked up on him, you know, and you're thinking, whoa, what's going to happen now? And then first, the surprise for me in that particular scene was when you did show the camera and all the guys were behind him, just like, okay, now what? But then the fact that the guy apologized, you know, he had that moment of vulnerability, like, look, Olive Branch, I'm sorry I did that. And they walked away as friends. Like, I love that type of resolution. That was one of the things that really stood out to me in Black Coffee, was this idea of saying, look, we ain't got to destroy each other. We can actually become friends and just see the benefits of being allies as opposed to enemies. Can you guys speak to that?
Yeah, and it's about respect. You know, that's really what I gathered from that scene. But Mark can elaborate more on it.
Yeah, so that's basically what we wanted to show is conflict resolution. And the thing is that before that scene, you see the main character, which is the Simeon Henderson character. He's in this dark room, and he has this gun with him. So in reality, we look at that scene, we just see a man in a dark room. But in my mind, it's a man who's dealing with his own subconscious mind. Meaning that in our subconscious mind, why is the first thing as a Black man when we have beef with another Black man is to pick up a gun and go shoot him? So that's why we have him in this dark room. So he's going in his subconscious mind. He said to himself and said to the audience, look, my wife has been disrespected. I have this gun. I can go out and kill this other brother, but no, that's not what I'm going to do. So most of us may think that, okay, you know, he's in his dark room. He's just going to go out and he's going to shoot this man, but that's not what we want to say. So some of what we have to, like, what I wanted to tell the audience is the fact that we have, as Black men, before we think about doing harm to our brother, what is it that is in our subconscious mind that calls us to want to do that type of harm? You know what I'm saying? 460 years of trauma, you know, and so that's what he did. He had to go deep into that trauma within that dark room to bring out the love that he has for his brother, because it was a quick resolution when he goes over there. It wasn't, it wasn't a long dialogue scene. It was a quick resolution. He heard his brother out. He said, well, when I came into this community, you all looked at me like I was nothing. So he understood his brother, and he said, okay, so it was a quick resolution. So that's what we want to show with that. But within that scene also, when I told my editor, I was like, I want this scene to be nothing but confusion. And I want it told from the perspective, if you go back and look at the scene, it's told from the perspective of the little girl. Everything she's looking at the mom, she's looking at the father, she's looking at the men. Everything is shown from her perspective. So what I want, and there's confusion. There's she's all over the place. And I wanted to show with that scene the disconnect between the elder and the young people. And so she doesn't say anything until the very end when she speaks to the Simeon Henderson character. And so she walks up and she's just sitting there and everything is from her perspective. So I was telling my editor, I want everything to be shown from her perspective. So she's looking at everything from her eyes. So what I wanted to say in that particular scene is there's this confusion or this connection between the older people and the youth. And we have what we have done is we dropped the ball and we blame it on them. You know what I'm saying? Because with this whole thing I know boys talk about this a lot, is the whole thing with fighting for integration, it actually destroyed, it did more harm to the Black community than it did good. And so this little girl is looking like, man, look, this thing is happening again. You know, this thing is happening again. So I wanted that scene to be very disjointed. I wanted to be all over the place. And I wanted everything to be like, you know, I want her to be outside of this world of these adults, to be looking in to say, okay, what's going on? And then at the very end, she says to the man, it's pleased, you know, I'm great to meet your acquaintance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then he shakes her hand, which he didn't have the privilege to do when he was trying to give her the flyer. So that was the purpose of that scene and what we tried to say with that, what we wanted to say with that in particular scene.
Well, you know what I liked about that scene? I remember that when the little girl's like, you know, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Yeah. What that scene said to me, and you know, and I'm glad you gave me your interpretation, so I know what was being communicated there. But what it also said to me was, it made me think about why women matter, why women are so important, whether it's women or little girls. I think that it brings out the softer side of who we are. You know, like I don't know if y'all remember the movie Hustle and Flow with Terrence Howard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Remember the part when they were in the studio, you know, and getting heated. Anthony Anderson's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, you know, and Terrence Howard's like, get up, mother, you know, they're about to fight. And then Taraji P. Henson's character just comes in and she doesn't really say anything. She just says, I found this little lava lamp at the store and I just wanted to, you know, and she put it in there and it was like, it defused everything, you know, so it's almost like the child being there, and I guess it could have been a little boy or a little girl, or it could have been even an adult Black woman. But it's almost like sometimes with men, like women or children, like they soothe that savage beast in us, where you see yourself about to really get, you know, hyper masculine or hyper angry with somebody, and then you look around and you see a child, and the child reminds you to look at yourself. Like it's almost like looking in the mirror, like whoa, wait, the kids are watching. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm the adult. I need to chill out a little bit. So that was what I saw. I felt like she diffused the situation and really helped to form the connection, because, you know, he may not, you know, I don't know, like he may not feel good about shaking a grown man's hand, but if it's a child, you're not going to say no to a child. You know, even a hardened gangster is not going to be mean to a child most of the time. That's what I felt.
Yeah, I think that was great. And just kind of keeping it in, you know, that same vein with respecting the woman. Another scene in the film was when the young lady, Tamala, was ordering the food and the foreign guy was disrespecting her, and the brothers were sitting at the table too. Like she pretty much held her own, and, you know, she dropped some things off in their food at the end. But I mean, if you could elaborate on that scene, I think that was real strong in how you showed, you know, the importance of respecting the Black woman. And then the two gentlemen going back, Samad and I think it was when Eldon went back and checked the guy, you know, on respecting her, and they eventually closed down that particular store. So really just showing the power of media, and when we tell our story and show how things can unfold, like that's really powerful. And, you know, it's important that we understand media and how it programs us to behave, because that's essentially what it's doing. It's called programming for a reason, TV programming, because it's programming us to behave in a certain way. So that scene really stood out. So if you could just kind of elaborate on that scene and the importance of having that in the film.
Yeah, so that scene was it was very important to me in particular, because we know that when Black women go into these different stores, right, they're disrespected. We know that for a fact. So I wanted to show that, you know, she had a craving, and her craving was the gyro, you know, and she went not on the side of the Inglewood community that's developed, that's flourished, that, you know, that's doing for self. She went to the other side of the Inglewood community, and she went into that community and she made a purchase. And so the mentality of those brothers is the same mentality of most of the people
9 o'clock
within that community. And so when she went back and she told Samad and his wife, she was like, this is what happened. So Samad was like, well, what happens if we just go and kill this dude? You know, basically what he was saying, like, or do harm to this dude. Now you putting us in jeopardy, and you putting the entire community in jeopardy because you had a craving. So basically what we were trying to do is sometimes what we have to do is we have to make sacrifices, not just for self, but for the whole. And that's what we wanted to show with this particular sin is that there are sacrifices that we have to make. Sometimes, they're going to offer us, we're going to be offered $1 million to do that movie, and that movie is not going to reflect us in the best manner. You know what I'm saying? Or reflect humanity as a whole in the best manner, but in particular Black people. And we have to turn it down. Why are we going to turn it down that movie? Because it's even though the money is good, but at the end of the day, it's not a good look. So this is what we wanted to show is that, we know you have a craving. You know what I'm saying? We know that, that the Get Raw is good, but you have to take that dollar and you have to spend that dollar in your own community, because this is where you're respected and you're protected. And so what they did was they went to the community and they closed the store down. They closed the store down, and they, of course, then you had, the scene with the Corey Hendricks character, who who's telling the audience, look, we have to respect our women, because for so long, our women have stood by us for so many years. And so it's a duty and our responsibility to give her the same respect as she has been given to us. So that's what we wanted to tell in that particular, that's what we wanted to say in that particular scene there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Did you have something to say, boys?
No, well, I was about to let everybody know, just to re-up with you guys. I was speaking with filmmakers Mark Harris and Rick Mathis, and we just watched the movie Black and Privileged. And Mark has a lot of other films out there that you guys should check out. You know about Rick's Black Friday series, and Rick is actually going to be the feature of one of our Black movie nights, because I can't wait to see Black Friday, as well as some of any other project you'd like to present, man. And some of the other films I listed here, Mark's done a lot of movies, but I listed Stock Options, My First Love, No Regrets. You can find his films on Tubi and Amazon Prime. And so I want to encourage you guys to make a conscious effort. Remember that Black consumption, Black spending has to be a conscious thing, because you've been trained to subconsciously and unconsciously give your money away. So in order to get rid of a bad subconscious habit, you must be conscious about getting rid of that habit. Just like when I had to get rid of my subconscious habit of eating potato chips in front of the TV, I had to be conscious to say, okay, I got to keep the potato chips over there, right? So you have to be conscious about changing your behavior. So if we change our habits, we can redirect some of that 1.3 trillion toward our own industries, then we can actually get to the point where we're making $50-100 million movies in our own community. I believe we can do that. Remember, y'all made the people at Disney rich when the Black Panther came out. Well, I want you to make some Black filmmakers rich. So everybody, please use the hashtag Black Movie Night. Go to your social media, use the Black Movie Night hashtag. And I want to actually throw this out there too. I want you guys to, they talked about distribution. You guys know we always talk about the business side of every industry. Well, distribution is what other people have had over us. That's what leads us to give away our best assets and our best property. Well, I want everybody in here to commit today to be a part of the Black Entertainment Distribution Team. What does that mean? Well, that means everybody here probably has a Facebook page. If you got a Facebook page, say yes. Everybody probably has, maybe you have Twitter. If you have Twitter, say yes. If you have a YouTube channel, say yes. If you got anything on social media, an email account where you can email some people, say yes. And so the reason I'm asking you to say yes is because I want you to be part of the distribution process. Because here's the deal. Look, if a guy like a Rick Mathis or Mark Harris or some of the other amazing Black filmmakers out here comes out and does a project, here's what happens, right? So they come on my platform. I've got a few 100,000 people right here, right? We got a few 100,000 right here in our net. But imagine if, if that 500,000 people, if each of those people tells 10, 20 people a piece, well, now you're reaching millions and millions of people. Do you understand? Do you understand how that works? That's the multiplier effect, the ripple effect. So we can do that. And if we do that, then we create our own distribution process, which gives leverage to guys like Mark and Rick. And also there are many, many wonderful female filmmakers like the Dorian Chandlers and Tierra KJ Williams, et cetera. It gives them the support so that they don't have to go kiss the ring in Hollywood. They can actually serve the community and serve the community well. So, but they need your help. So speaking on that, man, I want to ask each of you this question. I start with you, Mark, since your films are the center of our attention for today, for sure. Tell me about Hollywood and your relationship with traditional Hollywood. A lot of people here have a real issue with some of the stuff they've seen come out of Hollywood. Can you give your honest assessment as a filmmaker in terms of what your engagement has been? Because you've been picked up by a lot of big networks and things like that, and I'm sure you've had to turn down some opportunities as well because of who you are and what you believe in. Can you talk about that?
Yes. So I mean, my relationship with Hollywood is, this movie Black and Privileged, which is on Netflix, and then I've done some stuff for BET, TV One, and who actually like in reality, like the people who actually work at these networks at TV One, BET, most of them want positive content. They want it, but sometimes when you don't own your network or your platform, it's hard to say, okay, this is what we're going to put on. But in reality, they want this type of content. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say the person's name, but I went into a meeting and to direct a script by a very, very famous rapper. And so I read the screenplay, and it was I didn't like the way it portrayed us as Black people. And so I was like, but I like the concept of it. And I was like, well, I like the concept, but I just don't like how there are no good like Black men in this movie. Can we like tailor it? So I was fired off that project even before I was hired. So that happens a lot when so, but I don't care. So, but my relationship with Hollywood is what it is. I don't have any beef with Hollywood because, I'm not trying to knock down Hollywood's door to break in. So I mean, I've been doing my thing for a very long time, independent films, and I'm happy with doing the films that I want to do, and that I have been doing. And of course, we can always as independent filmmakers, always use more money to make our films. But I'm not going to subject myself to a lot of things that are going on in order to make it. I'm not going to make us look bad or to just to get a deal.
Right. So Rick,
so
what are your thoughts, Rick? Because I know you down in Atlanta, and when I saw Black Friday, I saw a lot of stars in that movie. I maybe you can name some of them because I remember Banner and a couple others.
Yeah, I mean. It was this guy named Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Okay,
He was in there, y'all. No, we had we had Hill Hopper in the film. We had Malcolm Jamal Warner. We had what's the young lady from House Party that did the dance, Sheree, that was in the film, Sheree.
Tashina or
not the light skin one, the dark skin one. AJ, yeah, AJ. I call her Sheree. AJ was in the film. We had Terry J. Vaughn in the film. I mean, it was a lot of people. Dr. Claude Anderson. A lot of people were in the film, man. That really did their thing, man, and represented. So I was really, blessed, to have those people in the film. In terms of Hollywood, I mean, right now, we are the Hollywood. We are the creators, and right now we have the power, but we have to have the support. You know what I'm saying? So I have, just one practical question for Mark. Like, what is one thing that the people that are watching can do? One practical thing that they can do to support you as a filmmaker?
Well, you know how it is, brother. With us is the fact that just, here's the thing. The thing is, when your films are on, most of my films are on is with like Netflix or BET, TV One, UMC, which is Bob Johnson. I just want to, give a shout out to Bob Johnson and Brett Dismute over at Urban Movie Channel for actually the ones who actually were responsible for giving me the funding for Black Coffee. So I definitely have to give a shout out to them. So basically, is to support the product or the content that we're putting out.
So how do they support that? Do they go to those networks or those platforms and watch it, write a review? Like, I want to be real.
Review is always good. Like right now, if you go on Amazon, for those who are listening, if you watch the movie, give your honest critique, whether it's good or bad, negative or positive. Give your.
We're all good with critiques, though.
Yeah, on Amazon, go on Amazon of Black and Privilege, and reviews are always good. Reviews are always good. And so, if even if we didn't have these platforms, because I started off distributing films myself, going door to door and standing in the street. So even if we didn't have these platforms, we're going to definitely find a way to make it happen. But if you want to do a review of the film, definitely go on Amazon and review the film. I truly appreciate that.
And another question I have, like, what was the production budget for this film? Because I mean, it was put together very well.
It was low.
It was low, and I know it was a few different scenes. So there was like 5-6 different locations.
Oh yeah, we had maybe like Yeah, about 4 or 5 locations, but everything was basically everything was basically shot on that same block. So the main house, and then the house across the street, and then which were again everything. 95% of the film was shot in Inglewood, which I love shooting in my community. But then what happened was you see the stuff that took place in the junkyard. I don't know if you're familiar with the Chicago. That took place like in the hundreds. Everything else. Everything, 95% of the film was shot in Inglewood.
And see, for any filmmakers out there, content creators, take note when you're writing your script, don't have all these locations because that's more money.
4 to 5
locations is great. You know what I'm saying? Now that's a tip right there, boys. Because therefore you don't have to move cast and crew. Like you got to think about the logistics of all of this. You got to move cast, you got to move crew. You know what I'm saying? You got to move craft services, all of this stuff. So if you have just a couple of locations and you're changing the shot, that's a smart producer trick, a smart director's trick. So so you say the budget was low for the film? I mean, I couldn't tell, but
Well, I can tell you off camera because we.
Okay. Got it. So next, now when you're producing and you're directing and creating these films, like, were there any challenges or setbacks, and if so, how did you overcome those?
Yeah, it was a major one with this one. So initially, everything that took place in the movie is the junkyard. It was supposed to take place in the club, in this Irish pub. So the day of, we had everything. So the day of, we went to the Irish pub, and they said we weren't able to film there. So we had to take the cast and the crew, find a location, and so it was. We had a friend who actually worked at this junkyard. So we called him up and said, "Can we shoot at the junkyard?" So as we were shooting, I was making changes to the screenplay. That's the day Brian White was flying up. He's flying up with his family, so he didn't know what was going on. So we had to make those. But other than that, everything else, dealing with the homes in Inglewood. As a matter of fact, the brother who owns Sip and Savior, he was one of the brothers who allowed us to film inside of his home. And the coffee shop was in Inglewood, and other than that, everything else it was very smooth.
So you're getting the movie behind the movie because as a filmmaker, as a producer, there are things that go on when we putting these films together where we have to make adjustments on the spot. Like we really got to improvise on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So I know there had to be something, and that's why I was like, okay, let me just kind of see so people will know. It's not easy putting these films together. Like you really got to have a vision and have a love for this.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. I gained. You guys know we have Boyce Watkins Films, and we've made some projects, but it didn't take me long to really gain a tremendous amount of respect for people that really do this, for a living. Not just because it's hard, but also the little things you talked about, like with the locations. I remember that, thinking like, okay, whatever we do, whatever we put together, like, don't be putting a whole bunch of locations in here. You ain't trying to do a 007 movie on me. Now, we ain't doing that, and it made me think about movies like Ice Cube's films, when he made Friday, and I went back and watched Friday. I said, okay, so it's basically 2 dudes on a porch, right? Brilliant, right? And then there's other movies where Barbershop, which is all the scenes are gonna be in the barbershop, Beauty Shop, right? So I really like that, and I want everybody to I want to just let you guys know if you just came in, I'm talking to Rick Mathis and also Mark Harris, and we're talking about Mark's film Black and Privilege, and also Rick has a film series called Black Friday. Everybody should check that out. And also, some of you were asking, how do you get featured in a Black movie night? We do Black movie night at least once a month. We can do, but we own the platform, so we can do it whenever we want to. Really, send your information, send your material over to producer@flynubianmedia.com. That's flynubianmedia.com. Producer@flynubianmedia.com, and the producer will take a look at your stuff and see if we can get you in here. Our goal is to highlight Black filmmakers so that we can build our own industry, build a real Black Hollywood. I'm gonna give it again. It's producer@flynubianmedia.com. Somebody please type that in so other people can see it. So let me ask you this question. Some people were asking, if they wanted to, be in one of you guys' films, like I'm just looking at some of the questions in the chat. What if somebody wanted to be an extra in one of you? And I know I want to be. I was in one of Rick's movies. So, Mark, I'm going to ask you publicly just to put you on the spot.
You don't have to ask me. It's a done deal.
What did you say?
It's a done deal. You don't even have to ask me.
Okay, and you ain't even got to pay me. I don't want no money, man. So Dr. Boy's going. I want to be in one of
you. Go make your cameo. I love it.
I'm pretty good at playing myself. So that would. But whatever you want to do, man, I'd love to be in one of you. So how could somebody reach out to you guys to be a part of what you're doing or support anything like that?
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Rick. So you can always hit me up on social media, which is Facebook and Instagram, which is 1555 Filmworks. That's 1555 Filmworks. Just send me an inbox or a DM me, and we definitely will have someone to get back with you. We're always looking for someone extra, some extras, and I've always used local talent here in Chicago, for most of the talent that's in Black and Privilege is from Chicago, and so I'm very proud of that. So just hit me back, and we definitely can make it happen.
Yeah, I always ask people to inbox me on LinkedIn. I get a lot of like scripts and information, film stuff on LinkedIn because it's not, they haven't changed their algorithms on there, and you see a lot of things that I post. And people generally respond to those posts on LinkedIn. So that's what I asked. Rick Mathis, the same way it's spelled there, R-I-C without the K. You can reach me there, or you can just send me an email direct to IamRickMathis at Gmail. So you can send some information or send your headshots, your bio, your reel, whatever you have to those places, either LinkedIn or the email address.
All right, I am Rick Mathis, and that's R-I-C.
Yeah, no K, R-I-C.
Okay, I am Rick Mathis at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some. Let's fly. I'm gonna fly through some of the questions that are in the chat here. Those of you who are watching through live stream, we won't see any of your questions because we can only see questions of people that are actually inside the Zoom. But if you go to blackmovienight.net, you can still come in, and then also there'll be a way you can just kind of subscribe so you can be a part of these events that we have. Once every 2 to 4 weeks. Let me see. Here's some. Okay, so Alicia's asking, will this discussion be available at a later date? Yes, it will be. She wants her 15-year-old son to watch. And yes, your son needs to see great Black men in action. And that's why these brothers are here. They are extraordinary and amazing human beings. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for each of them. Cheryl says, have started writing my first book about growing up on the South Side of Chicago in the 70s. I've been there, done that, wondering how I can make it different and what will make people want to read. You guys have anything to say to Cheryl? Any encouragement, any thoughts?
I would say take a couple of chapters from the book and turn it into like a short 7 to 10 minute series or video, because some people read, but majority of the people, to be honest, are not reading.
Yes.
They're consuming information via video. So that's what I would say. Take a couple of chapters, like your highlights, and put it in the form of video. And then that will bring more attention to the book.
All right. Hanifa Muhammad says that he or she would like to see a film on Harry Belafonte. So I'm sure you guys run into that where people say, hey, you should make a movie about this, make a movie about that. And because I know I get that, right? And I just tell people, I'm like, okay, well, you send the money and maybe we can get that done.
Exactly.
Money. So what are your thoughts? What happens when somebody says something like that? I mean, we know what Harry deserves to have a film, but it's not easy to do. Like, Mark, what goes through your mind when somebody walks up and says, oh, you should do a movie about this?
Well, it's the same thing that you just said, is that, it's not that easy. We have to go out when you did, like, for no one, you know what I'm saying? Not even for a Martin Scorsese is it easy for him to just go take a script to a studio and say, I want to get this made. So you know how difficult it is for a Spike Lee or, God bless his soul, but John Singleton and, Ava DuVernay. So it's not easy for independent Black filmmakers to just say, okay, I'm going to make a film about Harry Belafonte. That takes millions and millions of dollars. Now, if you have those dollars, and if our people want to, we have the money, you know, we have the money in alcohol, we have the money in cars, we have the money in cigarettes. Like you just mentioned, the $1.3 trillion. So we have the money. We just got to apply that money to our artists, because, you know, once we apply that money to our artists, we can use film and we can use music. Of course, you already know, boys, to change the condition of our people. So I say, you know, it takes money to make these films.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna agree. I mean, it's called show business, but it really should be called business show, because without the business, there would definitely be no show. So without the money, it would definitely be no show. So, you know, it definitely comes down to the budget, you know, securing the funding to produce these films. I mean, you know, it's great to do a film on Harry Belafonte, but let's secure the budget so that we can properly do it, you know, and tell a great story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me see. So someone's asking, is there a black maybe a Black Filmmakers Association that a young filmmaker can join? What's out there? Are you guys members of anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have several different resources that I use to access films or to access information on films, because technology is changing so rapid. So it's changing the way that films are produced. The cameras are getting smaller now, and it's, you know, costing less money to produce these films. So there are different forums that are out there that you can go to, and I can send you a link on some of those. If you email me that question, I can send you some links on some of those films. So that's what I would say. You know, search the internet, get in these forums, and start, you know, networking with these people. I know in Atlanta, like, you know, we have Get Connected, which is a film association that's in Atlanta that does a lot of things with filmmakers. We have Greenlit, which is another association on film. It's Jay Morris's wife, Ernestine, runs that. So it's a lot of different ones that are out there. It just depends on if you're looking to go online as an online platform, or if you're looking to actually be there in person. It's a ton of information out here now.
Okay. Christopher's asking you, Mark, will there be a sequel to this movie?
Yes, it's already written.
I kind of figured the way it ended that there would be.
We already, it's done. The sequel is done. So we just a matter of, we're raising the funds for it to shoot it, and, you know, to get it out.
All right. All right. So let me ask you guys this, if you could, as we close up. Okay, so let's start with the guests, and then Rick. Can you guys name, for everybody listening, what your maybe top 5 or 6 films are, and that way, and everybody who's watching, I hope you will make a conscious decision to either get with your family or do it by yourself, and reach out and just watch, you know, support the brothers that are out here and the sisters as well, and find these movies and watch them and support them and leave a review. Be a very active consumer. That's what's really important. So, Mark, we'll start with you. What you got?
My top film is Black Orpheus, which is a film that was made in Brazil. My second would be definitely Do the Right Thing. My third would be I Like It Like That. My fourth would be Once Were Warriors, which is a film made in New Zealand. And my fifth would be, what would my fifth be? It would probably be Boys in the Hood, John Singleton.
Okay.
So I was gonna say, Boys, I think you wanted him to name his films, right?
I want to name your top 5, meaning
my top film.
Yeah.
But that was I was writing it down. I said, do the right thing. But that's okay. But I get it now. But that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, brother. No, go ahead. Films that you made, because I want everybody here to definitely go support you guys first.
Okay, cool. So it definitely is. To be honest with you, it's My First Love first. Black Coffee, Stock Options. It would be after Stock Options. It would be Black and Privilege, and after Black and Privilege, it would be I Used to Love Her.
Okay, very nice, very nice. All right, Rick, what about yourself?
Man, so I got my start in poetry, man. I was one of those Love Jones spoken word poets, you know what I mean? So I cut my teeth with Def Poetry, managed a lot of the poets that was on there. One in particular that won a Tony Award, Emmy Award from being on Def Poetry on Broadway. And so from there, that's how I transitioned into film. And we produced a series called Word. And the first volume was Poetry on Fire. And it produced, it featured everybody from like CeeLo Green to Sonia Sanchez, The Last Poets, Amir Baraka. So we did a series with that. And then I transitioned to making other films. Did a film that you can see now on Amazon called Contradiction, which is really a question of faith. It questions religion. You know, one of the questions that's actually in the film is, which blood is more sacred? The blood of your ancestors or the blood that Jesus shed?
Wow. Wow. That's okay.
Yeah. So, and then of course the Black Friday series, which Black Friday is, a solution-based film series that deals with how we value a dollar and the importance of leaving a legacy for the next generation.
All right. All right. Well, this is great, man. This is awesome. I hope you guys will join me in giving a digital round of applause to these.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. This is great, man. Great film, Mark. I definitely enjoyed it, man.
Yeah. And I don't want everybody to know also that these Black movie nights, we're going to do at least one a month. We might do 2 a month. And also it's brought to you by the Black Business School. So if you guys would like to, while you're at home with, dealing with the coronavirus and all that, feel free to check out the Black Business School. We have a great curriculum. We have a lot of students, and it's really a low-cost, high-quality alternative to overpriced college education. So feel free to go check it out. You can actually do an all-inclusive package at the Black Business School by going to allblackeducation.com. That's allblackeducation.com, and use the code word Black Movie Night, all one word, Black Movie Night, and you can get 30% off anything in the Black Business School. So Black Movie Night is your code. So just go check it out, allblackeducation.com. Feel free to take a look. And we're going to do this again soon. And thanks again, brothers. And I look forward to being in your film. So hit me up, man. I'm excited now. I get to be in a Mark Harris movie. And also Rick, of course, whatever you got, you working on, man. I think this is very exciting. I mean, I want everybody to just realize that you are on the front end of something that's really special. That's going to be one of the most phenomenal things to happen this century. Our ancestors did this already. Our ancestors before integration were actually building things of their own, right? They had the businesses and the land and everything else. We lost that, but we're gaining that again because we're learning how to move forward by looking back at our past and finding out what it's really going to take to make Black people great again. So these guys are a part of that, and I'll be reaching out to you all very, very soon. Everybody watching, and good to see both of you, brothers. Thank you so much.
I truly appreciate
it. Thank you, boys, for having the vision, man, to create this platform so that we can share our content. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, distribution is what's needed, and that's very important, to have this platform.
Yeah, right on. Are you about to say something, Mark?
No, I definitely appreciate you, brother. I truly appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you both, man. This is great. Yeah, we can't lose. We can't lose battles when we got soldiers like this. Guys working together, and I'll just throw this extra little point in there before we go, just as a personal note for anybody watching. The reason that I'm friends with these guys is because of the concepts that were promoted in both of their films. One thing that's promoted in both of their films is the idea of Black folks coming together, resolving conflicts, working together. And so, Rick, I still remember when you were talking to me about some of the things that you thought we could work on together. And I really just respect that collegiality. It was great. That's why I work, there's a few other brothers I work with that they have that same energy. And that's a wonderful thing, as opposed to, because you could have came with some competitive energy. You could have came with some haterology. You know what I mean? Like, how it is. You achieve a little something, everybody wants to fight, and they feel that they can lift themselves up by tearing someone down. And then with Mark, his energy in his films, it was very refreshing. Like watching Mark's movies is like a breath of fresh air and very inspirational, because you're just really seeing, okay, this is who we're supposed to be. This is what we're going to be once we figure it all out, man. And I just love how you represent Inglewood the way you do. God bless both of you guys, and thanks for everything, brothers. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care, Rick.
Yeah,
say it again.
Definitely, man.
All right.
All right. See you guys soon. And
everybody, all right, take care.
Thanks for hanging out with us.